He didn't know what it meant to look at 10,000 years, until in the crowd, when I saw the girl shining like a star. Men wake up like a dream. Watching her frown, smile, every move. Time seems to stand still. The hustle and bustle around is gradually gone. Wait until your friends call out and wake up from a trance. And at this moment, he clearly felt, I have a crush on this girl. But the inferiority complex in my heart is like an invisible mountain, suppression of inner thoughts. And when the man comes home, friend's car suddenly broke down halfway. Gave him the opportunity to interact with girls. Listen to the cars behind you keep honking their horns, mocking his insults. And James came up to them, explains the cause of the traffic jam, and expressed my deep apologies. But his friendliness was taken as a good bully by others. And they were still taunting him. Driving a broken car. It also made Manda sick of her friends. He jumped out of the car voluntarily, ran to James's side to help. Compared to those rich playboys, Manda prefers the honest James. However, James was unaware of Manda's overtures. He just felt that Manda was pitiful for his embarrassment.
Sorry, I don't have to wait around.
Hey.
Jaime's stupidity didn't hold Manda back. Instead, it made him a little curious about him. So he deliberately stayed on James' way home. Pretend your car has broken down and can't run. Just as Manda had envisioned. James really came to him. Help him solve the car problem. And he thanked James for his help. Offered to invite him to dinner to repay the favor.
Meet me at Squeals Saturday night at 6. Maybe? Said yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you'll figure out how to flirt with me by then.
Wait until Manda leaves. James is in a dream. Remembering Manda's unsolicited invitation just now, he's still a little dizzy and confused. Until I come home and feel the slightly cool spring breeze. He was convinced that he was not dreaming. Smile on face. It is his vision and expectation for future love. But he just got home. The gangster father threw him a set of warehouse keys. Let him steal something valuable to support the family. Remembering the various abuses suffered in childhood. James rejected it for the first time. But his father slowly walked up to him. Give him a crisp slap without mercy. The people around me have long been accustomed to their father's temper. Because my father wanted to raise James as a child. A bad boy who does all kinds of evil. However, James always has his own ideas. So his father always punched him. This also led to James becoming an adult with low self-esteem. Cowardly, maybe it's a long and painful family life. Put him on the verge of collapse, or maybe it was his promise with Manda that gave him the courage. This time, facing the beating of my father, he chose to resist. Even homeless. He would rather wander outside alone. However, at this moment, God did not have mercy on James's misfortune. With a thunder that resounded through the sky. It's raining heavily. He is homeless. Only helpless to bear the initialized rainstorm. But as the physical pain intensified, and James had to do what he did best. Sneak into a workshop to escape the rainstorm. But the next day, he hasn't woken up from his sleep yet. A shotgun hit him in the face. Watching James panic. The old man did not attack him. Instead, they mocked him as the dumbest car thief in the world. And James, who is honest by nature, I can only recount my own experience. Unexpectedly, the old man had already treated his herd of evil deeds to stop James from running around. The old man simply let him stay, at least help him fix his old car. And the other side, Manda, who was looking forward to dating James. But I never waited for him to appear. The dry and hot weather made him even more bored. Finally, it came from a friend's mouth. Got word from James. When he came to James. It's getting dark, but he was furious. I want to ask, but James didn't want him to see his embarrassment. I can only hide under the hood to cover up the scars on my face. Manda was oblivious to his abnormality. I want to know why I was let go of the pigeon. But James didn't want to lie, but I don't know how to explain it. Just keep quiet. Look at him in silence, like a dream gourd. Manda turned away angrily. Don't want to talk to him, but not 3 seconds. He ran back again. I want to ask the answer in my heart. I don't know if you're kidding me or if you like me. Obviously agreed to the date, but you have to break the appointment silently. Then why did you agree to go out with me? It's too obvious that I took the initiative. Does it make you feel like it's not worth it? And Manda said that. Turn away again. And James remained silent. But his heart has changed. He shouldn't let active girls feel so wrong. You shouldn't be coy and not give him an answer. After buckling the hood, James chased out of the warehouse to explain. I didn't expect Manda to run back again, and when he saw the dark purple scar at the corner of James's eye. Manda's doubts and puzzles. It becomes clear in an instant. Although I couldn't go on a date at a romantic Western restaurant, but they are accompanied by the moonlight, came to the highest point overlooking the city, pour out their hearts to each other, sharing the past, bit by bit. Those laughter and tears, success and setbacks have become a bridge between each other's hearts. James likes having Manda around and being curious, the cute look of asking questions, and Manda fell for James' straightforward innocence. Candid personality.
You're a bad liar. I like that.
But just as the moon is cloudy and sunny, people have joys and sorrows. Companionship is often accompanied by parting. Manda and James' first date. It's coming to an end. Parting time, Manda gazed at James, eyes full of reluctance and sadness about to part. James saw the pain in his heart. But he is poor at words, not good at expressing one's emotions. You can only express your sincerity through action. Roses are a symbol of love. Its flower language is I love you. It symbolizes the hope to bathe in passionate love with each other. Although Manda failed to hear James' own confession. But he was in his act. It feels deeper than words. Stronger love. At this moment, he cast aside all doubts, let go of all hesitation, and affectionate kiss to James. And in this kiss, he found his true calling. I found the love of my heart. In the days that followed, they are like most couples. Always inseparable, enjoying each other's company. Although the days are mundane and ordinary, but they were caught up in it. However, the father's sudden appearance let James fall into the abyss of pain again. Take advantage of the gap between father's parking, he panicked and told Manda to leave. This is not just to keep him safe. More so that he doesn't find out my own unbearable posture. As expected, beatings are inevitable. As a son, he cannot violate his filial piety and fight back. But my father's subsequent words were as sharp as a sword, punctured him.
Let me ask you something. Do you really believe that that girl is gonna have anything to do with white trash piece of shit like...
James was brought back to reality by his father's words. Become timid and cowardly. It wasn't until the old man appeared that he was pulled out of the quagmire. As a retired police officer, he, not afraid of James' father. And the knowledgeable father, not afraid to use weapons to town the old man by. The deafening sound of gunfire is worth 1,000 words. The fearless aura of the old man. It also repelled the idea of my father taking James away. In the end, he could only leave with his younger brother in embarrassment. But this time he kept the dumb loss in mind. And on the other side, Manda lay in bed tossing and turning. It's hard to sleep. He wasn't just worried that James would be beaten up by his father. More afraid that he will be locked at home by his father. The two were never able to communicate again. Just when he was worried. A sudden knock on the window broke his worries. He went to the window and opened it. That's the James he's missing out there. Look at him drenched in rain. Manda was distressed. I want him to come in and hide from the rain, but honest James knew. You can't enter a girl's boudoir casually. In order not to let him suffer alone in the rain. Mandarin Sex also came out of the window, accompanied by his side. Maybe it's my father's words, make James realize he's not good enough for him, or maybe it's this unstable life. Will put him in danger. So James had the idea of separating from Manda. This will not only not affect his future life, it can better ensure his safety.
I can't have you getting hurt.
I'm not gonna get hurt.
You hang around with me long enough and you will.
I don't care. I don't care.
Manda's steadfast company empowered James to face the future bravely. Their love, it becomes more and more romantic at this moment. The old man provided them with a safe life. They are also in the lonely lives of the elderly, with laughter and company. For James, it was the happiest time of his life. Romantic music flowing between them like water, flowing into their hearts. Let them see each other for real. The best side. And Manda took root in James' heart. James, it also holds a unique place in his heart. Dawn of dawn, as if they had a beautiful vision for the future. It's their starting point for the future. Hot afternoon, it's their time to pour out their hearts. Witness the outpouring and companionship of their hearts. And romantic sunset, it's the sweet silence when they hug each other. The brilliant colors are like the love in their hearts. Never fade, but the more they love each other. Separation is more painful. Reality will always find ways to make them recognize love. On the day of Manda's birthday party, James meets Manda's father for the first time. His father admired him very much. You can enjoy it. I also want him to know what to do. What not to do. Therefore, he especially took James to a garage full of luxury cars. James knows all the models in it. But he may spend his life struggling. Can't own one of them. That's why Manda's father called him here. He knew James' miserable family situation. He also knows that he cannot give his daughter a happy future. So he went straight to the point and told James, you can choose any car here. Meanwhile, I will bear the cost of your college education. As long as you leave Manda, stop disturbing his life. Everything is negotiable. I hope you can seize this life-changing opportunity. What's that? I don't want your money, you think about it. Always feeling bored alone in the room. Complaining about the emptiness behind. Walking alone down the street praying that I would ever go. James didn't say goodbye to Manda, just left the party. Manda watched him go. It must have been his father who said something to him. In search of him, Manda came to the place of the first date. He really is here alone, feeling sad. Manda didn't ask what her father had said to him. He only wished that James could believe in his unreserved love. Believe that he can give up everything for love. Manda's words, it gave James the courage to fight for love. He is also certain that he can give her a happy future. But on the wedding day of my good brother, everything has changed. To be the best man for my brother, the old man specially used cultivated roses, made a corsage for James. But he just left. The old man found that the corsage had been forgotten at home. The old man saw it without any thought, ready to send to James. But he didn't expect his father to launch an attack at this time. The last dumb loss made him remember it in his heart. He also finally found a chance to take revenge. Even in front of the elderly. Destroy the flower garden that his wife raised during her lifetime. And the other side, James is halfway there. Suddenly I remembered the corsage the old man had made for him, in order to live up to his will. He and his brother turned back again. But I didn't expect the old man to have fallen to the ground at this moment. It was painful. Until now, the old man didn't even say that it was James' father who attacked him. Instead, he lied about hitting a tree. I don't want to add trouble to James. But James knew the reason for his injury. Anger overshadows his sanity. Holding a shotgun angrily, he wanted to. Old man revenge. However, the fear of being dominated since childhood, even if I try to change when I grow up, it will still haunt him like a ghost. Father knew James' cowardice. So he walks up to him without any nervousness. Because he knew in his heart that James wouldn't shoot. I dare not do anything to him. But what my father didn't expect was, James threw a surprising punch. Hit him in the face. James' change shocked his father. He decided to teach the son a good lesson. But young and strong James, he is no longer the child who was at the mercy of others. He punched and punched. It seems to be venting more than 20 years of depression and dissatisfaction. until the brother stepped forward to stop. He just stopped. But my father took the opportunity to pick up the shotgun on the ground. James was afraid he would actually shoot. I want to take it back, but he never thought of it. In the battle with his father, shotgun accidentally misfired. The brother who tried to help was unfortunately shot, left this world forever. Today, it was supposed to be the day he married his first love, but by accident, it became the bride's newlywed tragedy. James also died in an accident, resulting in 15 years in prison, but he also reported his father, all the viciousness over the years. In court, he was no longer cowardly, and he spoke up about all his experiences. Father's various behaviors. He also received the punishment he deserved, although James became a prisoner with no future. But Manda didn't leave. I'd rather wait for James to get out of prison. James really wants a happy future with Manda. But now, he would rather Manda find the right person for him. Someone who can give him a stable home. People always have to separate. It's time for them to say goodbye too. I love you. After hanging up the phone, James left Manda with determination. He also decided never to see her again, let her forget herself completely. In the days that followed, Manda would always look for him in prison, but every time he couldn't wait for James to show up. I don't know how many times after waiting. Manda also became disheartened, no longer believe in so-called love, under the control of the father, married hastily, and had a son. After being released from prison, I can't forget every bit of Manda. So he has always chosen to live alone. Don't want to start a new relationship. In the dead of night, he would always look up at the stars, silently missing Manda who doesn't know where she is. And Manda seemed to be able to sense James's thoughts. Look at the same starry sky with him, remembering the good old days. They all thought their lives were over. Never see each other again. However, the gears of fate, but it quietly turned after the old man passed away safely. A phone call is like a thread of fate. The hard-working Mandarin ducks who have been separated for more than 20 years brought together again. When Jaime saw the changed lover in front of him, I have rehearsed countless apologies in my heart, but like choking in the throat, can't make a sound. Until Manda let go of the past, tell him the story of recent years. He was relieved. The tension and guilt gradually dissipated. After a short break, they worked together to clean up a night in the old man's house. It's like going back many years, sharing dinner at the elderly's home. Just this time, the figure of the old man has disappeared. They can only chat about each other's good memories. Trying to play with time. Searching for the familiar feeling. Maybe it's because the torrent of time is too turbulent. The memories between them were scattered. Or maybe it's because the carving of the years is too profound. Changed their appearance too much. Their habits have quietly changed. Love that was once so familiar, people seem to be a little strange now. But the beginning of their love, the rose always blooms in each other's hearts. Never fade. Scenes of the past emerge before our eyes. Manda kissed James as boldly as ever. But this time, he didn't look back. I don't have the courage to give up everything. He knows. Now they have embarked on a different path. Can't go back in time. He can only carry endless nostalgia and regret. Leave Jaime. Watching Manda go, James felt a rush of loss and helplessness. But he understood, the fate between them has come to an end. He should no longer disturb Manda's life. After this separation, Manda returns to her family, and James, who was already homeless, also settled in the old man's house, and lived a quiet life. But James would never have thought, Father will always be by his side. If you want to say it again, remember that you will be happy in the future. The world is not so much if. James was shot and fell to the ground. On the deathbed, he looked up at the stars again. I saw my favorite Manda. And the other side, Manda's son was suddenly involved in a car accident. Critical. He urgently needs a heart to save his life. The sudden change left Manda exhausted. He doesn't know how to save his son's life. I don't know where to find the right heart. Just when he was in pain, the doctor told him, son is saved. An anonymous person is willing to donate his heart. Son out of danger. Manda finally breathed a sigh of relief. He came home tired, want a good night's sleep. But I heard the doorbell ring. He opens the door. I saw a strange woman. And the woman told him the heartbreaking news. James passed away tragically the night before. In his will, specifically, the blow made Manda cry. Tears poured out like a flood that burst the embankment. He couldn't believe that James had just died. But the truth can't be changed. At the funeral, Manda held a rose in her hand, standing silently in front of James' grave. Her heart was filled with sadness and thoughts. She wanted to tell James she has always loved him, never forgot him. But it's too late. James would never hear her voice again. His departure was also destined to become Manda's fault. The son on the other side went through multiple investigations, finally got the donor information. His name was James. He broke the news to Manda. In an instant, Manda became clear again. It was at the same time that James saved his son. It also saved his future. It turns out that from start to finish, James has always loved himself deeply. With the afterglow of the setting sun, Manda returns to the garden of memories and love. Saw the letter James had specially left for her. Dear Manda, when you read this letter, I have left this world. I know my sudden departure, it can cause you pain and loss. But I hope you understand. My love for you has never changed. I will always protect you in another world. Forever. Sometimes love can be disturbed by various factors. But the one who truly loves you, I will choose you regardless of my life. Love you deeply. A person's life is like a fleeting time. May you find a significant other. Find the love of your heart. Where the heart wants.